All right, welcome to another episode of Cognitive Cuisine. I am Wize,
And I am Yayoi.
and here we're here for another exciting episode. How's it going, Yayo? How was your holidays?
Good. It was good, restful, and rejuvenating.
That's always a good thing. Anytime you get to get some rest and feel rejuvenated, it's always a good thing. Yes.
How was
So
it?
me, I had a great time. I spent it with family. Anytime you get to bond with family and have a good time and laugh, because we laughed. It was funny. We had some great time. I played some cards, ate some food, and just had a great time. And it just made me realize that as I get older, and me being now one of the elders in my family, that there's things that I need to start taking responsibility for and helping maintain this family unity that we're trying to we rebuild, say this so to say.
It's beautiful.
So a lot of exciting things are going on. I finally launched the podcasting launch accelerator program thanks to Yayoi to my first student, and I'm so excited. We had our first day of class kind of thing. It was exciting, and again, it's a beta, so it's me learning and on the fly, doing this on the fly, and I'm appreciative of her taking this risk with me and taking this journey with me. So thank you.
Of course. Of course.
But you have a lot of things also that you're doing. Your next month you're launching your program. You again showed where's the book at? Where's the book?
The book, yes. Hold on. I have to disappear for a second, but here's my
We're-
book.
So yes, that we're here to also promote the book. It's out there, Amazon bestseller.
Yes.
Yeah, always one of the women who helped write a chapter in the book. So
Yes.
they're all of them have wonderful stories and definitely go support. Again, it's Amazon bestseller. I will put the link in the description, the show notes. Go get your copy today.
Yes.
Definitely.
Thank you. Thank
Of
you.
course, of course. Listen, we have to support. It is important that we support each other and build something because it's if we don't support each other, how do we expect others to support us? Again, this is
Exactly.
something that I always harp on. It's very important that if you want others to support you, what are you doing to support others? Point
That
blank.
is true.
And me, it's anytime I see any of my friends that have anything, I'll share it. It doesn't hurt me to share anything. Like I'll share the books, I'll share everything. That's all. It takes one click.
That's true. That is true. So I really appreciate it.
Of course, and of course you've started another campaign. The one we want to talk about that a little. You said, did you send me a text message of
Oh,
speaking?
yes, 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 yes. So I've been working on this it was a project and it's still ongoing, but I did send, it was scary to send, but I sent a referral request basically asking people, who do you know that I need to know that can help me with my speaking, more speaking engagements, more um, engagements so that I can present programs, present my ideas, present my brain to belly coaching, basically. And so I'm expanding my speaking and coaching presence. So I sent, I
You
don't
sent
know
some
how
messages.
many.
You sent
Yeah,
some messages out. Yeah, that's good. That's good.
and
But
emails.
what I was thinking when you sent it to me,
Yes,
it's like, oh, I'm gonna help you build your own stage, and you're gonna, yeah, it's gonna be great. You're gonna be going on other speaking engagements, but we're gonna build your own stage,
yeah,
and you're gonna be speaking, doing a lot of speaking through there as well. So
yeah,
it's important that and networking. That's something we constantly talk about here on Cognitive Cuisine. Cognitive Cuisine is that networking is important. It's always important. It's very important to connect with other creators and get their feedback. And you it's never you're never too old to learn anything new.
I agree.
And so
One,
I'm always learning and evolving, and even with the course, right? We did the course a little this morning, and after it, I one of the things I had told you is I want feedback. Where can I improve in? And you just gave it to me like, hey, this, you can do this, do this. And I was like, that's what I need. That's what I want. And that's the only way this program is going to be successful is by having you tell me, hey, me being someone who's this might be questions someone might ask.
yeah,
And that's all I want. That's what I want from anybody who's going to participate in the beta is that what are questions that you need me to answer?
yeah,
And so you ask them. And now I'm going to work on the video to answer and respond to those questions. So thank you.
of
But
course.
it's again, it's going and learning, right? In the process is building this. Is yes, I'm building this from scratch. But again, it's important to get people's feedback because again, I need someone to see that sees other things that I don't see.
Yeah. And it's like you said, community is so important, right?
Mhm.
And having people, give you feedback, giving you ideas, and just brainstorming and bouncing ideas off of each other. That's so important for anything. And, like new inventions that happen across, in the world and history, they happened because people talked to other people and they got ideas off of that, or somebody said, right, can spark an idea in your brain that says, oh, wait, I didn't look at that pathway or this pathway. This might be a better way of doing this or handling that. So it's so important to have communication, to really spark ideas off of each other.
And yeah, and that's why I wanted to do this beta, right? So that I can get people's feedback and ideas on how I can make this program the best program possible. Because I can say whatever, but if you still have questions and I don't know that you have these questions, so it's important that I get this feedback, and now I can answer these questions, have an answer, and now I go back and I'll add that section of the questions, and so it's beneficial for me because again I can't think of everything. So when you have other people having a response, like having a feedback, hey, maybe you might want to have an answer to this, or you might have an answer to this. So again, it's important for me to be receptive of this feedback, and that's the only way. If in anything you have to be receptive. You can't be fighting people and be like, no, I want the feedback. I want the criticism. And it's not even criticism. It's just them letting me know, hey, maybe you might want to tweak this.
Yeah,
Maybe you might want to come off a little better doing this.
yeah,
So it's important that you're receptive. It's important that you humble yourself and you allow yourself to be like, don't think that whatever program you build is perfect because it's not.
yeah.
It takes me connecting and building with others to build the best program possible. And
Hmm.
I'm only going to improve with repetition. The
Yes,
more I do, the more we do these classes, each class is going to go much more. I'm sure week two's class is going to go much more smoother than today's class.
yeah. And, it's like even the greats. I've been part of Tony Robbins' community, I'm part of Joseph McClendon's community, and we always do something called kanais. And they're constant, what was it? Constant, well, they're always constant, I forgot. Analysis or whatever, constant reevaluating of what you've done, right? So I know that in Tony's community, after any event that we do, or even the end of the day, we always say, what are things that we can improve on? And you always list out what was good and what can be improved on. And same with Joseph's community. Whenever we do anything, it's what was good today and what can we improve on today.
And that's why I was like, all right, let me launch this because if I'm gonna like I want to perfect. If you can't launch when it's perfect, because it's never gonna be perfect, right?
Yep.
You're never gonna if you don't launch and you don't get the hiccups out of the way from the beginning, then you're gonna keep getting hiccups.
Yep.
So it's better that I deal with the hiccups now as I'm building. That way I don't have to go back and deal with them. So yeah, I'll deal with the pitfalls right now, deal with whatever I have to correct, whatever I have to edit, and what it's important that I deal with it now head on
Yep. Agreed.
and get it out the way. That way, when this program is completely done and polished, it'll be the best version of it possible. And of
Right.
course, eventually I'll tweak it when things evolve. But the goal is to build a simple format for people to build and launch their podcasts.
Yep.
I want to just show you how to just here you go. This is what the few steps you need to do to help you build a successful podcast.
Yep.
The rest of it's up to you. Like if I give you the tools to avoid the pitfalls and help you, like yeah. So
Yep. And I am very grateful that I'm part of it because, I've learned that anything that's simple to do is the best thing for me because I don't want complications, right? And I think most people, like when something's complicated, you really don't want to do it. If like somebody gives you a food plan or even an exercise program that's complicated, you're not going to follow it. I mean, you may follow it for the first week, and that's, the first 3 days, most cases, right? You say, "Oh yeah, I did it for 3 days, but it was just too complicated. I just couldn't do it."
I'm realizing that I need to build myself a simple routine, right? When it comes to exercise, I don't want to go to the gym. I don't want to really overexert myself, but I still do. I do need some type of exercise.
Yep.
So I need to figure out a system that's encouraging enough to me so that I can see results and then
Hmm.
realize like maybe I need to do a little bit more exercise.
Yeah.
So, I have to build myself a routine where it's simple and it's a step forward. Like
Yeah.
I can't really
Doable.
go and be like, I need to build a whole exercise routine because I'm just gonna burn myself out. I
Exactly.
honestly, truly do need no need. I know that I need to exercise, but I know myself, and I know that I need to. It has to be something that it's simple.
Yep.
Let it be little couple of dumbbells here and there, whatever it is, little squats here,
Yeah.
whatever it is. I need it to be simple and see some types of results from it to be
Yeah.
like, all right, maybe I need to ramp it up a little bit more.
Yeah.
And that's the only way is building. Again, that's the problem. Like we go and we jump gun ho into it, and like you said, for the first week, and then after that,
Yeah.
we're going against programming of decades and
Yeah.
decades of programming,
Yes.
right? So now we need to overcome this programming, and again, and I know myself. I know I need to take small steps. I need to take these small steps and start doing something. Whether it be 10 squats first thing in the morning, whatever, or 10 push-ups first, whatever it is. I know I need to start something slow, but eventually, as I go along, ramp it up.
Yep. And you know, it's human nature, and it's been scientifically proven that people only do things that are easy to do. And if you build on another habit that's already established, then it's easier. So, for instance, for me, it's like, I always talk about my, first thing in the morning when I get up, when I wake up, I do a big stretch in bed and I say victory because I woke up for one thing, and victory, I'm going to have a victorious day. And starting out with that frame of mind becomes a better way to start the day, that I'm going to have a great day, right? You're already setting yourself up for success by saying that.
Yeah,
And I'm taking that pose, which is a stretch, and you're stretching your body from when it was sleeping. So you're waking it up a little bit. And then I do a few stretches in bed, and then I get up, and then I'll do a few swings because they say that even in Tai Chi, Tai Chi swings, when you just swing your body back
most
and
yeah.
forth, it's good to get that circulation going and movement in your body. So, I just do things that are easy to do, that aren't that much of a pain. And then I will usually do squats like, sometimes when I'm brushing my teeth, I'll do a few squats.
Maybe I try that. Maybe while I'm brushing my teeth, do some squats in the
Yeah.
bathroom.
Or when I'm drying my hair, I'll do a few squats,
Okay.
because
I gotta find time. Yeah, I gotta figure
yeah.
out when is it right? When
Yeah.
maybe when I'm frying some eggs, I can do some listen, I'm
Or
not
waiting for the microwave
whatever it
to
is, yeah,
yeah.
whatever it is, I get it. You have to find make hey,
Yeah.
listen,
'Cause I know that
pour my
when
cup
I'm
of coffee. Yeah,
yeah, when you're waiting for your coffee to brew, or like I know when I'm, heating something up in the microwave, I've got a few minutes, I'll do a few squats or I'll do a few, wall push-ups.
I didn't see, this is why we do this show. It's so we can
Because to me, it's like wasted time. Why,
yeah, I'm just standing there anyway, so might
yeah,
as well do something.
yeah, and I'm like, "Oh, I might as well do my squats now because then I could take care of it, or I can do
And if you
some."
think about it, like, if every time you're doing something like where you have to wait on something,
Yeah,
why not do some squats?
yeah,
I know people might like if you're out in public, I'm not suggesting you do this out in public.
no,
Like, don't be at the bus stop and you're like, "Oh, I got time to wait. Let me do some squat." No, because
no.
people gonna kinda think you're weird, but
Yeah, but, you can, but doing something when you're at home, when you're waiting for something is always a good, thing. Because like, you were gonna wait for, like, the kettle to boil, right, or the water to boil.
you might as
Um,
well do some squats or something,
yeah,
wall push-ups, whatever it is.
yeah,
We're not
and
telling
those
you
are
to do burpees or anything like that. Just do something simple.
something simple, yeah, and sometimes, like, when I'm watching something on TV, I have my dumbbells right by the TV, so I'll just pull them out and I'll just do a few curls or
Why you hey, listen, I got time to watch TV. I might as well do some dumbbells while I'm
yeah.
watching some TV.
And then I'll do some, this, and I'll
It
do this, and, a couple things with the
it
dumbbell.
makes it makes you watching TV with actually getting some exercise done. So, yeah, listen,
Yeah,
it's not a waste of time
yeah, and that way I don't feel as guilty that I'm watching
watching
something.
TV, yeah.
Yeah, and it's a kills 2 birds with 1 stone, basically, right?
So,
Or
I
yeah.
actually interviewed someone the other day, and her mission is to help people put down their devices more frequently, like, right? Especially kids. She feels
Oh,
that
yeah.
kids need to spend more time playing and interacting and growing their imagination, but she also said adults too, as adult as well. And that's why when you say Comic-Con, I was like, "Man, it's important that you do those events because those events keep you young."
Yeah,
Doing that and doing what makes you happy keeps you young. So, I encourage like, I was like, "When you go crazy, have a good time, enjoy that's what you're supposed to do." Like, I think next year I'm gonna go to Comic-Con and maybe dress up, who knows? Like,
yeah,
just have fun, just go have fun and be yourself and that's all that it is. That's what life is like. We're missing so much of that,
yeah,
is not enjoying those moments, not enjoying these moments, being able to create this content with you, and it's all those things. It's all that. It's being able to say, "Man, I had a great time doing whatever it was that you
yeah,
did." Like,
and, like, even, I think I was telling you this past, weekend, I went out to the Berkshires with some of my friends, and we went to this, place called Nightwood, which was like it was an event kind of, with lights, and it's freezing cold, but yeah, I think it was like 28 degrees when we went, but outside. But hey, I had layers on, let me tell you. I had my heat tech on, my mega heat tech on underneath, my coats and everything. And but you walk through the state of one of these Gilded Age people. Her name was, I think it was Edith Wharton's estate. And you walk through this state and all these lights are it's decorated with all these lights and music going on, and you have like little plaques saying this is the portal to go through this magical field or whatever, and it was so cool. Like, I really enjoyed it, and it was like an experience. And then we went early, thank goodness, but like as we were leaving, more people were like waiting in line to get in. And it was really cool because a lot of families are there, and you just go around the path and the lights are on your sides, right?
Yeah.
And the lights, some of them are twinkling, some of them aren't. There's music that goes with the lights, so they go in tandem. And it's just an experience that sometimes you wouldn't have normally. So I thought that was really fun, and I love things like that are kind of interactive. And you know me, I'm a sucker for those things. So, um, and I was like, "This is so cool! This is so cool!" And I'm like a kid in a candy store saying, "Look at this! Look at that!" And yeah, it was just a fun experience. And then we went into the mansion,
Yeah.
and because it's a old mansion, it was like one of these huge places, right? It even had an elevator in it. And because it was a Gilded Age mansion, it was probably what, 19, I would say, I guess it's 19, before 1920, right? So so it was, before the crash and all this. So it's like this huge mansion, and it has an elevator in the mansion. And you see the elevator, they had the old elevator there, and they had her old trunks that she used to
Travel with.
travel with. And she apparently crossed the Atlantic like 60 something times.
Wow.
You know, and back in those days, 60 something times is a lot of times, right? When you think about it. And her luggage was old traditional Louis Vuitton luggage, and they were these trunks, and they were stacked up in the elevator. And there was a note saying that this is the luggage that she used, and it said that it would take 15 minutes for the elevator to go from the ground floor where the luggage was up to the third floor where her bedroom was.
Mm.
And when you think about that, back then 15 minutes was like, wow, right? It's like, wow, and you don't have people having to carry it all the way up and stuff like that. And it was just like, wow, these are things that you wouldn't recognize if you didn't experience these things or go to these places to learn about it.
Yeah.
And
You learn a lot about. Listen, it's important that we learn history, right? Because like they say, is if you don't learn history, you're doomed to repeat it. So it's important that we learn from everything and evolve as a society and as a person. It's important that we grow
yeah,
and develop, and but at the same time, we don't need to let go of our joy. We don't need to let go of what brings us happiness. Like I like stuff as a kid, just simplest things would bring you joy, right? Why as adults can't we just do the same? Like the simplest things. Just enjoy the simplest things.
yeah. And I think it's because, as adults, we get jaded, plus we
Mhm.
get bogged down with responsibilities.
Yes.
But sometimes, even if you're taking 5 minutes to look at something that you always look at, but from a different perspective, just have that curiosity mindset. Like one of my favorite stories when I was growing up was Curious George. And, he was mischievous. He always got himself in trouble. But, well, maybe that's why I always got myself in trouble. But, but I think it's important to keep that curiosity with you, because that helps you to grow, and it helps you to see things from a different perspective. And sometimes seeing things from a child's perspective can open your eyes to new things.
Yeah. It's important that and like you said, yeah, we're jaded. Like we've been beat down by life, right? And so we just look at things like we don't look at things the same anymore. Because even as kids, as you get older, they're like, oh, you can't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. And so you start getting at early age jaded at life and like, oh, can't do anything that's fun or whatever it is. And so we start losing that. And it sucks that it takes us to get up in age to start realizing that, man, we should have never let that joy go.
Yeah.
And so it's important for us to be able to share that message with the younger generation is don't let that youthfulness go away.
Yeah.
Continue to be that youthful person. Continue to question and grow and ask why. And that's, I guess, that's where a lot of us started losing ourselves is when we decide that we didn't want to ask why anymore.
It's true. It's true.
And
Yeah.
so being able to realize that now is like, you know what? I'm gonna ask. I'm gonna question everything now, and I want to continue to question everything. And that's what something that I'm doing now. I'm questioning everything and wanting to learn and grow and not be stagnant and no, I have to challenge it. I have to challenge myself. I
Yeah.
have to, and that's why I'm doing a lot of the things that I'm doing is to make myself uncomfortable and challenge myself. This is it's yes, I'm creating a program to help others, but it's also something that's making me uncomfortable because I've never done it before,
Right.
and me challenging myself, like, you know what? Yeah, you can do this. You can launch this.
Yeah.
That's
And definitely. Yeah. And I think it is important that we do that. Yes, livelihood is important, keeping staying afloat is important, of course. But it's sometimes questioning the status quo, questioning, what society expects of us. Is it what's the best for us? You know, um, Sometimes it may not be. For me, like I said, leaving corporate America was the best thing that happened for me. Um, like I said, financially, it kind of sucks right now, but
but you're happy.
just
You're
right now,
happy.
yeah,
Yeah, but yeah, financially, it doesn't make you happy, right?
yeah,
Doing what you're doing makes you happy.
it
Being
does,
able to coach, being able to publish a book, being able to do the things that you're doing,
yeah. I mean,
that
I wouldn't,
is that to me is success, right? It
yep,
doesn't necessarily, yes, financially, yes, we all need money.
yeah,
We do. We all just and but it doesn't guarantee your happiness.
no,
It's those little joys that you take and you enjoy them. It's
yeah,
those moments that, man, I enjoy the fact that I'm a Amazon self publishing author,
bestseller,
best-selling author,
yeah,
or I'm excited and happy that I'm launching a program.
yeah,
It's all these different things. It's finding joy in that. It's
exactly.
finding happiness in that, and being able to do that,
Oh,
that's gonna help drive you to that next level that eventually the
yep,
money will come in.
yeah, and
Everything has a way of working out
it
when
does,
but you have to find what makes you happy. You have to find your purpose. What are you supposed to be doing? What is it that your mission? What is it that you wanna do to help others?
yeah,
Because that's what we're here for. Again, we say this every single episode. We're here to serve others.
yeah,
My program is to help coaches and entrepreneurs and everyone else who haven't have a voice but they want to build their authority even more.
yeah,
And a podcast gives you that.
yeah,
And a book gives you that. So I'm building platforms to help people give their authority, help them build their authority to the next level.
yeah. Now, mine isn't as grand as that, but mine is more like, I want to help people who have suffered through yo-yo dieting because that's,
But that's important because
yeah,
again, look how many people are losing their lives
I know.
because of unhealthy eating.
Yep.
So for you to even downplay it like that, yours is not important. It is important
Okay.
because
Thank you.
it's something that a lot of Americans deal with is obesity.
Yes.
I am
Yeah.
prime example of that.
Yeah.
So for you, don't ever say that what you're doing is not important because it is. It
Okay.
is
Thank you.
important.
Thank you.
Obesity is an issue here in this country.
Yeah.
And
And
so you're helping people get healthy. You're helping people change their lives. You're helping people live longer.
that's true. Thank you.
So
Yeah.
it's important what you're doing. It is important.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I'm always going to check you when you say something that I don't agree with.
Okay. Yes.
That's what friends do. That if
Thank,
I'm truly your friend, I'm never going to let you talk down about yourself.
thank,
I'm always going to tell you, no, what are you talking about? No, what you're doing is important. which it is. It is important.
Well, I know that, like, if
But I
I
know, but I
yeah,
understand why, because I do it myself. It's a self-defeating thing where "Oh, what I'm doing is not important." But to other people it is, right? Like, I see what you're doing, and I see the importance of it.
thank
To
you.
you, it's you, it's just a mechanism of you trying to it's our way of trying to protect ourselves, but what we're really doing is hurting ourselves by even saying something like that.
Thank you. Thank you.
No,
Yes.
this is what we're here for.
And, I would have, benefited back in the day when I was going through my whole eating disorders and, going through my lack of self-confidence in the way I looked, the way I felt. And when I was, chronic yo-yo dieter, if somebody were talking about it, I would have been helpful for me. And back in the day, the internet wasn't really what it was now. So
Yeah, now it's so many opportunities for you, right?
yeah,
There's so
yeah,
many different things you can do
yeah.
to
I
help
remember.
build your authority,
Yeah,
right? You
yeah,
can you can put out some recipes, like you can find recipes and start posting those recipes, right?
yeah,
You can start giving a tip of the day, like, hey, there's so much you can do in your niche that that'll help you build your authority on what you're doing.
yeah. And I think it is that. And, just the small things. Like I think I don't know if I mentioned this. Recently I got to meet another one of my mentors, Dr. Daniel Amen, who wrote one of his books is Change Your Brain, Change Your Life. And he talks about brain health and the importance of maintaining a healthy brain, because your brain is your CPU, right?
Mhm.
And my brain to belly is kind of based on that as well. And neuroencoding is, you have to change the way you think and to maintain a healthy brain in order to have a healthy body and a healthy soul. And everything is up here, and the way we think about ourselves.
Yeah.
So it's the identity piece. And I feel very strongly about that. And, you know, I mean, I'll talk forever on that if I had to, because I think it's so important, because I had to change my whole identity to be the healthier person that I am now. Um, and I think I sent you a picture of when I was like
Mhm.
really,
Yeah.
really heavy, when
And
I
when
was my heaviest. I
yeah.
don't even look like me.
Oh, like, if you see the picture that my brother sent me of me last February at my mom's services in Puerto Rico, 2024. It was in 2024, and I was humongous. And so, but now you look at the picture, I look at the picture now, and I'm like, I don't never want to go back to being that. So I have to make sure that I do the things that I'm supposed to do, because I don't never want to
Feel
be
that way.
that person and feel that way. And then I'm not saying like that person was bad. It was just I was not healthy.
Yeah.
It was just I was headed down a path of waking up with having a massive heart attack or something, whatever it was. And so yeah, no, and I'm still to now still growing, still developing, still
Yeah.
watching changing habits and stuff. Do I
And
slip? Yeah, well, Thanksgiving just happened that I didn't go crazy. Like,
I
I didn't
didn't
like
either.
I made sure, like, I ate enough to enjoy the food. Like,
Yes.
that's one thing I'm realizing, I'm enjoying food
Yes.
more,
Yes. Uh-huh.
right? Because I actually have to bite it, chew it more, and then
Taste it.
taste it more, so I get to enjoy it a little bit more.
Yeah. I think also, yeah, I've become in a way, a picky eater, meaning I'm picky about what I want to eat and what I'm going to waste my points or calories on, because I don't want to be eating crappy stuff, that I'm not really going to enjoy,
Yeah.
or that's going to be beneficial for my body. And, I'm going to be a little more selective about the foods that I eat.
Mm,
Um, if something tastes bad and I took a bite of it, right? I'm not going to finish it, because why am I going to force? I know a lot of people are starving, and that's kind of a waste of money and food. But you know what? I have to take care of this body.
Yeah.
Because if this body doesn't survive, even if my mind survives, if this body doesn't survive, I'm not going to be able to do the things that I need to do and want to do. And
Absolutely.
and I want to live over 100. And I've said that so many times, with everything intact, mind and body and everything. So if I want that, I need to be more diligent about what I put in my system, how I take care of the body,
Mhm.
um, how
It
I
it's
take care of the brain.
and it's there's some and I'm realizing this more, and I'm not it's not intentional, right? On the podcast, I'm talking a little bit more about spirituality because, again, we've discussed this, how my journey at the beginning of this year, my quest was to improve my relationship
Yeah,
with spirit, God, Allah, whatever it is that
term you use. Yeah.
yeah, whatever it is you say. And it was my spirituality was something that I felt that I needed to work on. It was something that I felt was important for me in my evolution
Yes.
and my growth, that I needed to improve my relationship with God and with how I communicated with Him. And again, I say this every time. I'm not saying I'm going to church every Sunday because I don't. I don't. I'm not into organized religion. Nothing against it. To
That's
each his
definitely
own.
you.
That's
Mhm.
their power. To each their own.
Yeah.
I just felt, me personally, the way I communicate with God
Yes.
and how I speak to Him daily and how I receive His messages.
Yes.
Right. So it was something that I felt like it was important to me,
And
and because of it, I am reaping the fruits of it. Right. I
yeah,
am I am I am the people that are supposed to be coming into my life are entering my life and helping me get to that next level,
yeah,
helping me get to the next stage. There's some upcoming events that I have coming up that is gonna, who knows where it might propel the brand,
yeah,
who knows where it might propel me. And so, but again, it was me, and I've been talking about this a lot, and because it's the truth. It's again, it's since I've decided that part, that was something that was important to me, that things have shifted.
yeah,
Is everything perfect? No. There, when there's something that said was said is, when the devil sees that you're on the right path, that's when he throws all these obstacles and
curveballs.
everything's in your path because you're headed the right way.
Yep,
But when you're doing wrong and everything seems so easily, it's because he doesn't see you as a threat. So he's not worried about you.
yep,
It's the ones that he keeps throwing these obstacles in front of him that he perceives as a threat. And again, like I said, I'm not into religion, but I actually believe, like, when these obstacles are thrown in front of me, it's because I'm headed on the right path. I'm headed to where I'm supposed to be, and these obstacles are trying to deter me from getting there, and I'm just not accepting it.
good. Yeah. And, you know, I always think the fight for good and evil, I know well, I'm a superhero
I
kind of
know,
girl.
yes, yes.
So, and ever since I was a little kid, I was always fascinated with with good versus evil thing concept. And I always wanted to be on the side of good because, of course, I love my superheroes. And and I always think that, you know, doing good, whatever that means for you, you need to do that so that you feel honest with yourself, that you can be honest with yourself, that you can feel that integrity within yourself and your soul. And I always felt like that's the way I had to be, and that I was my own superhero, right? Why not?
Yeah,
Why
of course,
not?
of course.
Of course you can be. You can be your own superhero.
Yes, you can.
And, you know, I I always think it's important that you be the best self that you can be, and you be the, reason that you fight for good. Um, because you want to protect the people that you love. You want to, you know, protect what you have, but also your family. And as I get older, families just becomes more and more important. The connections that you have with the people that help you grow, the people that support you, the people that you want to support and you want to see grow. And I think that is something that you have to look inside to figure out. And, ask yourself, really, who am I doing this for? Is this, just for me, or is it for the good? Like we always talk about, us doing our podcast, doing our coaching, whatever, because we want to help others. But
Mhm.
it's also helping me because it helps me be a better person.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's not because I fear God or I fear God or I fear, evil or anything. I just want to be the best version of me.
And that's the most important part is you wanting the best for you, right? And there's nothing to being like people talk about being selfish. No, like you should want the best for you and you should want to be the best version of yourself.
Yeah.
And so that best version of yourself means that sometimes you have to there's a lot of self-care that we neglect.
Yes.
It's self-care that we are we are our worst enemy. We are our own worst enemies, right?
Yes.
The
Yes.
self-talk that some of us have
Yes.
is just horrible.
Yes.
The way we eat is just horrible. There's so many things that we don't hold ourselves accountable for that is the reason that we're in a lot of the situations that we're in is because of choices and decisions that we've made. And when we start to realize like, all right, this is a lot of the stuff that is happening to me is a lot of my own self doing.
Yeah.
And so how do I not go back to that same programming? How do I and that's where a lot of us we're working on is reprogramming our minds and
Right.
reprogramming what we do and how we do it. Because we're combating in our cases decades of programming.
Program. Yep. It
So
is.
now we have to combat this and expect that to change this programming overnight when no, it takes time. It takes you more than 30 days. It takes time, months
Yep.
in order for you to take and build these rituals
Right.
and help defeat this programming. And I'm still battling that programming.
Yeah.
But the more and more I do the podcast and the coaching and everything, it's opening up my eyes. It's
Yeah.
showing me that, hey, there's more to what you're doing,
Yeah.
right? It's also building up my confidence and showing me like, hey, you can do this. Let's go. Like so everything I do, it's yes to help others, but it's also to help me
Grow.
grow.
Yeah. And, isn't I always think, isn't that the purpose that we're here on earth is to grow and be a better version of ourselves so that we can serve others and I don't know, I don't want to say serve our maker, but kind of like fill our mission
Mhm.
that we decided, this is
That's what I'm here for. Yeah.
yeah, what we're here for. And doing the things that are uncomfortable, doing the things that are scary. Um And you don't have to do those big things. You could just do the smaller things, because, practice and repetition is what gets us to be better at what we do. And just those tiny little steps that we take, if you take it, like I was telling you the other day, and I sent you that email, right? Um, I don't know how many of those emails and DMs I sent people, but at first I was scared to send it and I was like, asking people, "Oh, do you know anyone that you can refer me?" It was a referral request. And do you know anyone that I should know, right? Type of question. But sending it was scary. But then after I did it like more than 10 times, it was like, "Oh, this is nothing." And it's repetition helps you feel like get makes you get used to something so it's no longer fearful.
And that's one thing that I'm taking these this last 4 weeks, right, of this year, and and it's towards geared to really improving on my automation, like really working on making sure that I send out my weekly newsletter, or email, whatever it is. Because it's not as consistent as it should be. Making sure that I continue to grow my email list and send out just so many different things that I the tools that I have that I should be using, right?
Hmm.
I need to really start implementing them and putting them in place so that when I come out this new year, just come out guns a blazing and
Yep.
just just trying to grow and build and that's it. And so I'm gonna take like I said, take these last 4 weeks, start working on everything that I have to work on. We next week, me and you, of course, we have our week two
Yes.
course.
Yes.
It'll actually be we'll talk about after this. We'll talk about when it will be, but
Okay.
it'll be Friday.
Okay.
But yeah, it's there's so much in these 4 weeks that I need to get organized and get in place to start off the new year
Yeah.
the way that I want to start off.
And, I think I talked about this last time too, but, this year in Chinese astrology is the year of the snake. So, a snake sheds its skin, right? And it's reborn. So I figure, like, this is the last skin that I'm shedding for this month, let's just say.
Mhm.
You know, um, Shedding the old me, leaving the past behind. And I think yesterday was the full moon, and it was the last big full moon. And I was thinking, okay, that's a full moon means conclusion, right? So I was thinking, okay, so that was me up until now. Now this is the new me that's starting off today. And I was thinking about shedding the skin of the snake and all this. And I was like, huh, that kind of coincides with everything. And it kind of works really beautifully with all of that. And I was like, oh, everything's kind of aligning in a nice way. And next year actually is the year of the horse, and it's the year of the fire horse. So that means you were saying, I'm going to be ready to go blazing out, right? And I was like, yeah, that kind of sounds like the horse. So I think, it's a great way for us to shed everything of the past that no longer serves us, leave it behind, and just come out with who you really are. And I think it's like a great way to remember this year, leave behind the things that are no longer going to serve you and review the year and say, okay, this didn't serve me anymore. That's gone. I don't need this anymore. And it might be that you have to kind of reevaluate the people in your life too, and the things that no longer serve you and leave those behind.
Oh no, you always need to evaluate your circle, right?
Yeah.
Because again, you are the five people you surround yourself with.
Yeah. I totally
So if you're not surrounding yourself with people that are moving forward or trying to grow or trying to build something, then you're not surrounding yourself with the right people. And
find
so
you.
I'm blessed to be able to have so many creators that I connect with that I speak to frequently. You included and Steve and a
Yeah.
bunch of other people that I'm able to connect and consider my friends and consider my the people that I surround myself with because I make sure that the content I'm consuming is the proper content. I'm consuming I'm always watching your small bites and I'm always watching some other people that I support and because it's content that's nourishing.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
content that's helping build my soul and build my mind and build so those are the people that I surround myself with. Those are the people that I have a relationship with that I communicate with frequently
Yeah.
because those are the people that are doing what I'm doing. And some places they're more advanced than me, and some places I'm more advanced than them. But that's the relationship that's where we're able to help each other out.
Yep, exactly. And, it's important to, I know when we were growing up, our parents would say, oh, be careful who you hang out with, don't hang out with these kids because they're bad influence. And, when you're a kid, you're like, whatever, right? But as you get older, you see the wisdom in what they said.
Mhm.
And it is true because, the people that you are influenced so much by the people that are close to you, that
Yeah.
you're close to, and also who you hold up as your model, who you want to model, who you aspire to be. And I think you have to choose wisely.
Yeah, you have to choose your mentors correctly. You
Yeah,
gotta who are people you wanna mimic, who are
yeah,
people that inspire you. There's a lot of people that I look at that inspire me, that make me wanna be better at what I do.
yeah,
Do I necessarily wanna be that person? No, because everyone has their own style, everyone represents themselves. But I use them as inspiration,
yeah.
as like, "All right, they're doing what I wanna do. Are they doing the same exact way I'm doing it? No. I'm
That's
finding
very
my
good.
own lane, I'm finding my own niche and how I'm doing what I'm doing, and that's it. I'm not competing with anyone. I'm competing with myself daily to improve and
Yes,
get better, and
yes,
and how can I make what I'm doing bigger?
yeah,
How can I grow it?
yeah,
So that's where I'm at every day. Just
yeah.
what can I do today to help grow real wise? What can I
Right.
do now to help grow whatever brand that we're doing? And so, yeah, it's important that you think that way, where it's like, yeah,
Yeah.
I'm gonna improve every day.
Yeah, and even if it's just, the first maybe 5 minutes of your day or the last 5 minutes of your day, think about what you did or what you want to do today. Is it going to be a good day? What are you gonna do to make it a good day for you?
Reflection is a very
Yeah,
important thing. Something that we need to do is definitely reflect. At the end of the day, look at back. Did I get what I wanted to get done today? Like,
yeah,
did I accomplish some of the things that I wanted to get done? Like, for me, yes. Like, today was the day that we launched the program, so being able to record that session with you earlier was something that I was aiming for. That was something I wanted to get accomplished today. It's done. Now I gotta go rework it because, of course, you gave your feedback, and now I know. Now I know how to work it now. And so it's important that you take this time and it's like, all right, the things that you need to work on, you work on. It's just simple. Just work on yourself daily.
yeah. And I guess, when you're working on yourself, it doesn't feel like such a chore, you know, um, because you find joy in it.
Mhm.
And it doesn't feel like it's tedious or anything like that.
Because even with this episode, right? Even with everything, like even when you said what you said about what I'm doing is not important, it triggered me, right? And I gave my feedback and I said what I said, right? Had you not said that, I wouldn't have said what I said, right? And that nugget wouldn't have came out,
Yeah,
right? None of that information would have came out had you not said what. So everything happens, but it's how you respond in every moment, right? So I could have responded completely different when you said what you said, right? But my reaction as someone who considers himself a coach and a teacher and a mentor is to correct you and tell you, don't ever say something like that.
yeah,
It's not. It's you know personally that when you say defeating things like that, it it sits in the back of your brain.
yes, it does.
So me being the friend that I am, I have to tell you, no, you don't say that. What you're doing is important. Like, don't ever. So had you not, so it's these moments like right now, like those times is showing people like, oh shit, he knows what the hell he's talking about. Like, or it made me realize like, damn, where did that come from out of me? When you get, when you get those moments where you say something to someone and while you're saying it, you're like, damn, that shit good. Like that, that's a real good piece of advice. But but you're not like, because even me in my I have doubts. So so for me to hear myself say such things, it's like, is that coming out at me at this, like, is that message coming out of me? Like, so it's everyone has that self-doubt, right?
Yeah,
But
And
it's me, and it's happened with me a few times recently where I'm realizing I'm spitting some gems, and in the process, I'm like, "Shit, damn, I need to follow that piece of advice myself."
yep. And it's like you said, I've been doing this for so long. I'm a brain health coach. I should know better. But it's like sometimes when you're vulnerable or, you slip back into those old patterns. And I'm glad that you said, you told me straight out, look, don't diminish your light, right? Because sometimes we feel like we need to, or we feel that we have to.
Never.
Um,
Yeah.
and, if you didn't give me that reminder, I would have been like, oh, 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 I'm slipping back, And so that was actually a really good lesson because actually last night I did the same thing to another friend. I said something like, oh, I didn't do much this week because it was like an accountability call. And then I said, oh, and then I did this and then I did this. And they go, well, you did quite a bit. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but we have that tendency, right,
Yeah.
to diminish what we
Yep.
do,
Yep.
and it should never be that way. We
Yeah.
should be proud of the things that we get accomplished, and we
Yep.
should be proud of whatever the things that you set out to do and got done. And
Yeah.
again, that goes into appreciating the small wins.
Yep,
That's
exactly.
something that we don't do is appreciate these small wins.
Yep,
And again,
and
if you don't appreciate the small wins, how are you supposed to enjoy the big ones, right?
exactly.
So that's something that I've been learning is I need to enjoy the small victories.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
today is a day that I'm celebrating because I've got some great accomplishments done. We did the episode, we did this, I recorded the coaching. So it was something that I want to celebrate today. That's
Yeah,
something that I'm gonna cheer and holler out, I'll holler out and everything. But last year I would have been like this. It would have been like this way for me.
yeah,
It's
and
again, it's this transformation in me that's really making me look at life so much different.
yeah. I mean, just, from last year to this year, last December to this December, I mean, look at all you've accomplished, right? And for your health and just for, the podcast, the books that you've been doing, ventures with your nephew that you've done. Those are like big accomplishments. And, when you think back and really look at things, we all make a lot of accomplishments. We just don't give ourselves credit for it.
Mhm.
And I think, December is a great month to just reflect and say, hey, what did I do this year? What did, go through each month and say, what did I do in January? Go through your calendar, look through it, you know, and write down those wins because it's good to see them as well. And it's a good reflection. Say, hey, you know what? I got a lot done this year.
I think one of my sex because I've been doing wise words, right?
Hmm.
And so I think one of them, I think the one for the 31st is going to be a day of reflection. Like before the new year comes in, we're gonna do I'm gonna do this. Hey, reflect on what your year was like. Like, like celebrate your victories for the year.
Yeah.
Like on the 31st, take that day to celebrate. Bring in the new year, yes, but celebrate your accomplishments for the past year.
Yeah.
Go into the new year with excitement and with your chest pumped out and
With pride.
mhm, exactly. So that's what we're gonna do for the new year. Is I'm gonna do a wise words on the 31st, and it's gonna be more geared towards reflection. And I've been releasing them daily. I didn't the last couple of days I haven't because I did yesterday, but last other couple of days I was like I was said I was under the weather and
Hmm.
but I'm feeling much better and I actually enjoy doing the wise words. It gives me again it's helps me build my authority.
I
It
love
helps.
that.
So
Yeah.
it's like with just small bites.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Well, I love my small bites, but yeah. But they're not every day, but, they're like twice a week. But, for
Whatever
me,
whatever it is, it's still good.
yeah. And
Any
I
content is good. Yeah.
it's consistency. To me, it's like some days I'm like, I don't want to do it, but I'm like, no, I have to do it because like that's what I committed to doing.
Mm.
And, who knows? Somebody might be waiting for it, right?
Yeah.
That I don't know about.
Yep, never
And
know.
but it's also because I don't want to disappoint myself.
And something that's very important.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah.
we've had another great episode. This has been wonderful. It's been a very interesting day.
Yes.
So, as always, thank you for tuning into Cognitive Cuisine. We appreciate the support, the follow. We definitely love doing the show and bringing you content. I'm excited for the next few weeks. We're gonna be talking a bit. Hopefully we'll have a launch day for Yayoi's new podcast coming soon.
Yes. Yes.
We're gonna work and on marketing and building and branding that and getting that launched.
Yes.
So it's an exciting 4 weeks to the end of the new year, and we're gonna be coming with some bangers in the next couple of weeks. So
Yes.
definitely tune in. And as always, thank you for checking in Cognitive Cuisine. I am Wize.
And I'm Yayoi from Brain to Belly.
And you know how we always do it. Peace out.
Peace out.